guys, welcome back. This is day 3 of our 13 days of Halloween series. If you're just joining us, I will leave links in the description for the first 2 days so that you can catch up. So for today's project, we are pushing the limits of our holiday crafting supplies to get extra seasons out of them. So I am creating this fabulous snow globe card with a holiday theme created with Christmas crafting dies. So stick with me and we will make this together. So here's the collection I'm working with today. This is the Simple Stories Happy Haunting collection, and I had to laugh because I was going through comments this morning, which I'm so happy when I go through those. Y'all are so sweet and kind and supportive, and I just love every one of you. But I was going through my comments because I was waiting for the gravel delivery that Tech Hubby was getting, and that is a topic for a whole nother video. But anyway, I'm reading along, and friend Marty says, had I seen the pastel Halloween collection? And I'm assuming she means this one because it has pink, and I was like, I love it so much. So it has plaid, of course, I love that, and then it has flowers and cupcakes and cutie patootie ghosts. And anyway, so this is what I'm working with today, and it is going to show up in another tutorial very soon. But anyway, a lot of fun cut aparts here, different sizes. Here's journal card size, some 4x4, 4x6, a lot of stickers. The sticker sheet has a lot going on. And then I'm just using these sleeves to store it. Now, I think I mentioned a while back that I had acquired these in a store's going out of business sale, and they had normally priced these at $1 a piece, and they were like 6 for $1. So I bought every single one they had. And they've come in so handy to keep my collections together. Also, I picked up these ephemera pieces from the same collection. Lots of different flowers. There's some writing there, little candies, and some cats in house. And I'm keeping these in this little photo storage box. I got these from Hobby Lobby. Really good price on them. They had terrible reviews about how the stickers would get stuck on and be hard to come off, but I didn't find that to be the case, and they were much less expensive than the other chain craft stores. And then also, if you careful shopper at Hobby Lobby, you can use your discount code on a full priced item. So either get these, or I like the Totally Tiffany paper storage boxes they have there. It's a really good value. So here is the collection, and thanks Marty for thinking of me when you saw it, because I definitely love it. So to carry on the theme for this tutorial, I'm trying to get the most use out of my dies and my supplies, and even if they don't match holidays, which is another thing that comes up a lot in comments about how I use my poinsettia dies to make Halloween flowers or other seasons, just because I can switch out the pattern paper and make it more specific to the holiday that I work with. So I decided I was really going to push that and see how many Christmassy things I could actually knock into a design for Halloween. So originally I thought, well, I'm gonna use snow globe theme, and I went to my Cricut, which is pretty old school. I think I've got the original one, and I had the Christmas cheer cartridge, which had a snow globe on it, and for whatever reason I was thinking, wow, that's just going to be so easy, and I punched that in, and I got basically this. And instead of deciding to give up at that point and just go to Pinterest and find a tutorial or a template that I could just download and trace, I thought, well, it looks a little bit like Nightmare Before Christmas, because it has the kind of scrolly edges, but I didn't like how it was a solid piece. And then this is the alternate piece that it cuts when you hit the shift, so that's meant to go on top. But I don't know that it reminded me as much of a snow globe without the top part. So I wound up with the 5-inch cut of the snow globe button, and then I just took my circle die and removed the center section, and that just left that outline. So now it worked out pretty well. I would have to say, if I'm honest, you really should just go right to Pinterest unless you have a die already that you like that cuts out the snow globe better. This one works okay, but it just wasn't as easy and fast as I thought it was going to be. It did take a little maneuvering, and I cut a couple different sizes to see which one I would like best, but I did decide on the larger one because I can put more inside of it. Now I've got my snow globe, and I decided for my flowers I would go ahead and use these branches. These are from Gina Marie Designs. I'll leave a link in the description. I need to start remembering to do that a little bit better. But so these are meant just to be pine branches cut from green, or maybe white if you're doing shabby chic. But I cut mine out of black cardstock. And then I also took the Cherryland Designs Christmas Bell, has some holly leaves in there, and I cut those with some black glitter paper. So I'm really trying to work in as many Christmas supplies as I can. I've got my card base all set now. This is 6 by 6 inches because that's just how I make them, and they're easier to photograph that way. The inside is finished with coordinating paper so that I can come back in later and add a section for a sentiment to be added. So I am using some charcoal gray cardstock throughout, and that is specifically because I knew I was going to bring in a lot of black details, so I wanted those to really pop. This section I added with double-sided foam adhesive, and here comes that glorious plaid. It is pink and orange and black. I just love it so much. So that's going to get an 1/8 of an inch border, and I'm just using that double-sided adhesive tape to stick that down. The next layer has spider webs, and I just wanted to put in a less busy pattern for the snow globe to rest on, and this is going to stretch the full width of the card and leave a little border of that plaid on the top. I'm using more of that charcoal gray cardstock to separate those busy patterns. I've got a doily here. This is a Cherryland Design English tea doily, and I will add that without a spacer this time. And next is the polka dot pattern of the paper, and this is going to act as the back of my snow globe. So I want to center it and place it so that I know I have enough room for the base of that to go down. I'm just going to check real quick before I adhere any more so that I know it will stick. Okay, that's perfect. I forgot to bring down a scrap paper, so I'm just going to use the back of that bag. And I've got my Zig glue pen here, just because there isn't so much room to add adhesive to. You could put some double-sided adhesive down here if you wanted. That would probably help to get this stuck down faster. Set that right into place, covering the edge of that polka dot pattern paper. Give it a minute with some pressure so that it will set up properly. Now the embellishments can come in, and these are all from that ephemera pack, so these were all ready to use, and I'm just using some double-sided adhesive for the first one. And then this house was part of the sticker sheet, and I wanted to be able to pop it up and give this card more dimension, so I stuck it to a piece of heavy cardstock and then clipped it back out so it would be very sturdy. leaving that white ring around the outside as a border. And then I put a fair few foam dimensionals underneath so that it would stay nice and layered. Here's my sentiment. This has been stamped from my Lawn Fawn Happy 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 add-on. I love this stamp set. It's very practical, and I can use just a stitched banner for cutting it out, so I know I've got everything with a nice finish edge. I put more of that foam on one side where it hangs off, and then regular adhesive tape where it's going to be supported by the house. And that just sort of sticks out over the edge just a little bit. I know a true snow globe would have everything contained inside, but I'm going to add flowers, so it's not going to be inside already, so I might as well just make it how I like it. A couple of bats in a plaid and a polka dot. I put these on some flower stems that I pulled off of my Wild Orchid Craft flowers, and I just sort of took my Sharpie marker and made them black. I want to use them as kind of a dimensional element coming out over here. So I'm going to just guess where the stem should go, and then I'm going to come in with my hot glue and tack that in at the top. Okay, I decided at the last minute that I wanted the second one to have some dimension, so I'm just going to put more of those foam spacers underneath. I love this idea of non-traditional holiday colors and using your supplies that could stretch from different seasons, because they're not cheap and they take up a lot of room, so you want to get the most use out of them that you can. Okay, I love that. Let's bring in our bow. This is just a simple bow tied with pink gingham, and I thought that worked really well with my plaid. And I've got a couple little charms here, and I will recommend that you pick up charms from the Funky Junkie Boutique. She has so much fun variety there. And that fills that corner in very nicely. So I've got some flowers here, and like I mentioned before, I cut my branches with black cardstock, and then I cut these holly leaves with glitter paper so that it would have a little bit of sparkle and be a very definite separate layer from those branches. I put in a couple skeleton leaves here as well just to brighten it up a little. So these are those poinsettia flowers. I just did this one in white. There's one here in black, and then I've got a cherry Lindesign flower petal here, and these are cherry blossom dies from Cherry Lindesign as well. I know they're Maker's Movement now, but you can just do a search and probably find them fairly easily. I put some twine in here instead of my regular ivory burlap string. I switched it out for some silvery twine, and I love how that just gives it a little sparkle. This is going to hug the edge, and what I really want to avoid is covering the part that makes it a snow globe, because otherwise it's just a circle. I put in a couple of glitter stars as well, just because I wanted to bring that orange a little bit further to the front of the card. And I've pulled some pretty pink posh sequins. There's like it's a mix, so there's lots of different sizes. I think I'm gonna go for these larger ones this time, because that will be more funner and be more like a Christmas snow globe. So let's put one up here. I guess we're gonna be done because that's all we have. So I'm gonna use my Tombow Mono Multi to stick those down. These are nice and big, so it will be easy to get them stuck in place. I'm gonna help myself a little with these tweezers. And then a couple for down here. I wanted to bring down my Nuvo drops, but one of them isn't dispersing correctly. I saw Prairie Paper and Ink has a tutorial on fixing that with a little distilled water, and I keep forgetting to pick it up when I go to the store because it's just not something I normally pick up. So hopefully I'll remember next time and I'll be able to use it. So that is all for day 3 of our 13 days of Halloween series. I hope that you enjoyed creating some Halloween cards with Christmas supplies and some non-traditional Halloween colors. I will leave links in the description below for our handles, and I hope that you come back and join us for the rest of the series. As always, I'm wishing you a happy and productive day, and I thank you so much for watching. Bye!